Hi everyone, Nikki Garapi here. I am here today to bring you a core workout on the floor. So all you'll need is a nice mat to protect your knees and your back as we go through these exercises. These exercises are some of my favorite. I always say it's your biggest bang for your buck for the core exercises, and it's one of my favorite things to teach. I want you to make sure that as you move and learn the exercises that you protect your body. Make sure that you're moving through a pain-free range of motion. We don't want to hurt ourselves through this. Take breaks if you need to, and you can always keep building every time you do this workout. So don't feel like you have to do it all at once. Also, if some exercise just doesn't work for you, you can always back up, go do an exercise that we previously did during the exercise that might be a little bit too tough. Okay everyone, we're gonna get started. I always like to start all my classes with some deep breathing. So let's start laying down. You can keep your knees bent to support your back. I just want you to get centered. You can close your eyes if there's any distractions. I like to close my eyes. Sometimes I even turn off the lights, but we won't do that here. So you're going to just relax. And I want you to take a deep breath in through your nose so that your belly will rise. And then on the exhale, you're gonna blow the air out your mouth for as long as you can till you have no air left. And I want you to feel your ribs start to lower, 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 and those abdominal muscles start to brace and tighten. Let's do a few cycles on our own. So deep breath in, big belly breath, exhale. Till you have no air left. Kind of like when you're laughing really hard and you feel those bracing muscles and those abdominal muscles start to fire. Same type of feeling. Inhale through your nose. Exhale out your mouth. Inhale. Exhale. And as you continue to breathe, we're gonna add on and do our pelvic tilt. So we inhale through the nose, big belly breath. On the exhale, you're going to tilt your hips towards your ribs. Ribs are dropping down and we're tightening through here, okay? That's your pelvic tilt. So we inhale, release. Exhale, little pelvic tilt here. So I'm not using a lot of hips and legs. I just want to do a little tilt, so we're using those abdominal muscles, closing the gaps between the hip bones and the ribs. So do a couple more on your own. Inhaling, exhale and tilt. And try to release your shoulders and your neck muscles as you do that. That can be a little tricky. One more. Good. And you can do a couple more, even as I'm talking. So now from here, we're gonna flip over and go onto all fours, onto our hands and knees. And we're gonna get into a tabletop position. I like to use my fingers in this position, pressing down as if I'm trying to take a cap off a jar. From here, we're gonna go into a cat-camel or a cat-cow. There's so many names for this. But what we wanna do is engage through the arms, round the spine, drop the chin, and exhale. Inhale, pull the shoulders down and back, lift the chest, let the hips go back and the belly be soft here. Exhale, push the floor away. Inhale, draw those shoulders down and back, lift the chin, and let the belly relax. Couple more, exhale. Inhale. Should feel really good. Exhale. And inhale. Good. From here, come back into a tabletop position, and we're gonna work on the middle of the back, warming up the middle of the spine here, the thoracic region. You're gonna take your right arm, push into the floor, and we're going to reach and rotate that left arm towards the ceiling. Now, this is gonna be based on the rotation of the chest as well as the shoulder blade kind of going back and opening up the spine. Continue to push down through that standing arm to create energy through the body as you lift, reach, and rotate. And then you're gonna come back down into the other side. Inhale. On the exhales when you're reaching and rotating. And then coming back down, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. Good. So from there, you should be feeling that through the middle of the back, and make sure that you don't force the range of motion, okay? Sometimes we'll really cheat through the hips to try and get that range of motion in, but I want you to just stay connected and really feel through the middle of the spine, allowing the shoulders to drop down and back. From here, we are gonna move on to our planks. I always feel like planks are like putting on some PJs and getting comfortable. So you're going to get in a position where your elbows are under the shoulders and the toes are tucked. And if this is too much for you, you can always drop the knees and start from there and pick the feet up, okay? So we'll take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, you're gonna come up. Bring your heels together, so you're pressing the heels together, so you feel that in your inner thighs. Shoulders are gonna be down and back, and you're gonna inhale through the nose. On the exhale, blow out that air all the way out. And then you take a deep breath in, come down. Exhale, let's come back up. Holding it here, connecting, engaging the quads, pressing the heels together, shoulders come down, start to lengthen the spine, blow the air all the way out. Inhale, touch down. Exhale, come back up. Smiling, enjoying, engaging, firing up as many core muscles as you can. Inhale, touch down. Exhale, come back up. Press the heels together, shoulders can drop down and back. Make sure you're not feeling that in the lumbar. Pick up the hips a little bit if you are. And again, you can be on your knees. You can walk your elbows forward if you need to. Inhale, touch down. And 1 more. Up we go. Shoulders are down, chest is up. I want the chin down so the neck is in line with the spine. Heels are pressing together. Deep breath in. And exhale. Good. And we can touch down from here. I am going to have you open up your knees a little bit. You're gonna push the mat away from you. You're gonna send your hips back. This should feel so good. Your chin will be down. I like a long neck in this position. I like to add a little pressure through the arms. On a scale of 1 to 10, you can push down at a 1 or a 2. So we're engaging through the front of the shoulders. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, just release. Inhale, stretch. And exhale, press. A little bit of pressure. You can always bend your elbows if that's too much on your shoulders. And go ahead and inhale, release everything. Exhale, release. And remember, when we're breathing, we're still trying to exhale that air all the way out so that the ribs are moving, okay? From here, we're gonna come back up and go into a little core and ankle and hip warm up. I love these. Do what you can. Fingers are engaged, elbow creases rotated in, shoulders are down. We're gonna pick the knees off the floor. And if you're a beginner to this, you can just practice here where you would touch down, inhale, and exhale, come up and hold. Try to get in that flat back. Inhale, drop down. Exhale, come up. And if you're ready for more, what you're gonna do is take a deep breath in. On the exhale, push the mat away, send those hips high, and then gently reach the heels towards the floor. Inhale, come down, knees are under the hips, shoulders are down. Exhale, push the floor away. Hips come high and the heels reach for the floor. Gently, you don't have to force the heels to the floor. Okay, inhale, exhale, push. Heels reach towards the floor. Inhale down, exhale, push. And 1 more. Remember, if you're new to this, you can just rest and pick up the knees. If you want to go for more, we're sending those hips high and the heels reach to the floor, always pushing the mat away. Good, and coming back down. So hopefully we're feeling a little bit warmer through the core. If you need to, you can always take a break and push the floor away. You can open up the knees and go a little bit deeper in here. So take breaks when you need it, okay? So from here, we are gonna come down onto the forearms, gives our shoulders a little bit of break here. And we're gonna start with the right knee down and the left leg back, okay? And what I want you to do is to go ahead and center your weight over to this left arm just a little bit so we take the pressure off the right hip. You're gonna flex your foot, okay? So kind of check out your foot, make sure it's flexed. And from here, I want you to just lower the knee without touching the knee to the mat, and then press through the heel to send that leg back. Inhale down, exhale, press back. And as you go through this, we want to make sure we control the lowering. So when we're bringing that knee down, we want to keep the pelvic area nice and still and stable, okay? Gravity is a force, and we're trying to resist that coming down. So if you can tap into those core muscles on the lowering, that would be awesome. As you go back into that extension, you are flexing your foot and driving through the hips, right? The hips' ability to extend. So we are using glutes and hamstrings, okay? Inhale down, exhale, press back, okay? Now from here, we are going to keep the leg up, and you're gonna pulse it out. This is a real treat where we're highlighting the glutes, and you're flexing the foot and pulsing. Breathe. Inhale and exhale. Let's do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it up there. Make sure the knee isn't opening up too wide here. Squeeze and press and hold, and let's go ahead and change. In between one leg to the other, go ahead and sit back. Get a nice stretch, breathe. You should be feeling longer and longer as we do that. Let's go ahead and do the other leg. So from here, we are going to put the weight into, we have the left knee down and the right leg back. I'm gonna put more weight into my right arm. I'm gonna flex the foot on the right leg, okay? And again, we're going through the range of motion, and we're feeling our way through this. So we exhale and press back, inhale to lower. Exhale to press back, inhale to lower. Try to connect to the core muscles as you bring the knees down. And breathe. A couple more. Feeling your ability to extend at a hip, this is a big deal. We want to make sure that we have hip extension, and so pay attention to that. Don't force the range of motion, but just connect to the glutes and the hamstrings as you're pressing back. Let's go ahead and hold this here. Flex the foot. So we don't want to be here, we'll just flex it. And you're going to just make sure your knee is pointing down as you pulse it up. Get a feel for this and breathe. I'm looking at the camera, but you can look down and make sure your neck is nice and long. Flex and pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it. Make sure the knee's not out. And release. Go ahead and sit back and stretch. So for the crawling pattern, we are going to start on all fours again. Engage the fingers. Get those elbow creases. Rotate it in. And this, we're going to start with the right arm and the left leg. Okay, so we want to make sure that it's opposite arm from leg, that we're not doing same arm and leg, okay? Some people can do that, which is impressive. But today, we're just going to do a right arm, left leg. You're going to keep your chin down. Your neck is going to be nice and long. And you're going to take a deep breath in. On the exhale, reach the arm up and the leg at the same time. And we want to try and keep the spine stable as we're moving up and down. And adding the breath. Inhale as we lower. Exhale as we reach. Get your ribs to drop. Inhale as you lower. Exhale as you reach. You can hold it at the top and engage through the glutes and the hamstrings. Inhale as you lower. Exhale as you reach. If you need to change arms at any point, you can switch. Let's do 3 more. 3, 2, and last one. Reach and hold. Feels so good. And you can change. So now as we switch sides, you might notice one side might feel different than the other. You can always modify too. If this is a little bit difficult, it's hard to balance, you can modify too by extending one leg and then just working the arm, keeping the spine nice and stable as you reach the arm up and come back down, okay? So let's start with the left arm in front, right leg back. You're gonna take a deep breath in. If you're ready, you can exhale, bring that left arm back, extend the right leg, get the ribs to drop, inhale to come down. Exhale to reach. Inhale to come down. Exhale to reach. Inhale to come down. Exhale to reach. If you want to make this a little bit harder, you can fold in and then reach. I want to challenge you to keep that spine nice and stable as you're moving through that range of motion. Give me 2 more. 2. And 1. With a hold and a lift and a reach. And go ahead and bring it down. Great job. From here, we're gonna go onto our bottoms, come down a little bit forward on the mat, and we're gonna go into a roll down pattern, which will focus on the core, working and strengthening as we are rolling down. If you have any pain in the lower back, then definitely skip this one and go back and do something we've done previously. So in this, we want to make sure that we're kind of working through that pelvic tilt that we went over in the beginning, where we're bringing the hip bones towards the ribs. And we're going to roll down vertebrae by vertebrae, like a flex foot, knees bent. And as you go down, you're going to try and lower it as slow as you can. Now the cheats here are the shoulders. The shoulders are going to want to come up to kind of help you to lower, but we want to kind of send those back down. So as we roll down, shoulders are down. Continue to walk the feet in and roll down nice and slow as best you can. From here, we reach overhead and come all the way back up. So once again, we're gonna roll down. If you wanna make this a little bit harder, you're gonna bring your hands in. That will load a little bit more, or you can keep those arms out in front. Breathe, lowering vertebrae by vertebrae, all the way down. Enjoy it, hold it, extend, deep breath in. Exhale, straight arm, leg, sit up. One more time, let's go ahead and roll down nice and slow. Shoulders are down, bring it down. Enjoying, walk those feet in, keep that pelvic tilt. Go all the way down, reach up, I lied, one more, come back up, and roll it down. Again, you can bring it in, or if you need a little bit more help, you can actually use your legs and kind of walk yourself down, okay? So there's always a modification and there's always a way to make it a little bit harder. Reaching up and overhead and stretching at the bottom. Okay, so the next exercise we are going to do is called a dead bug crawl. And I don't name these things, but it actually is kind of funny. So we are gonna go into a little pelvic tilt here. You wanna make sure that your lumbar is nice and flat and we're not lifting through here, okay? You're gonna take your arms and they're gonna go parallel to the ground. After you see what we do, we wanna bring our head back till we're looking straight up and that the neck is long, okay? From here, if you're ready, you can pick up one knee, then the other, still trying to maintain that stable core, okay? Shoulders are down, and what I want you to do is reach your left leg straight, and then the left arm is gonna come up. And then you're gonna change. And then change. And then change. Keeping the arms parallel to the ground, breathing. If this is too much for you, you can put your feet down and continue to work through just the upper body, okay? Or you can bring your hands down and work through just the lower body. Just try not to use that neck, okay? So we're doing this crawling pattern and we want to try and accelerate here. So we're extending the arm, bringing the knees in, breathing. We can open up the stance a little bit. We want to try to attack the core on all different angles, breathing through it all. Let's hold it here. We'll do 10 more, okay? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Kind of linger. You guys feeling it? I hope you're feeling it through the core. Go ahead and release the legs and the arms. Reach up overhead. Deep breath in. Exhale. We're going to come back up again. Going into our next exercise, and that is going to be the side plank. I love the side plank. It's very necessary to do. If you have pain in your shoulders or your neck when you do this though, definitely skip it, okay? So I'm gonna start with a more beginner move and a more modified range of motion. So if you're new to the side plank, that's no problem. You want to try and just get the elbow under the shoulders and be nice and tall through the body. And you're gonna practice picking up the hips and putting them back down, okay? So this is the very first step, okay? So don't go too far, too fast. I want you to make sure that everything's okay, okay? If you are ready for more, you're just going to pick the hips up, send them forward, and you can reach the arm out. As you're breathing and holding this, we want to make sure that we're not sinking into that shoulder joint, okay? So we want to really push into the mat with that forearm and lift up and out. And we hold it as we breathe. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling, blow the air all the way out so you feel that in your core, okay? Deep breath in, exhale, all the way out. One more breath. Inhale and exhale. Blowing all the way out. And we can slowly lower and go to the other side. Keeping in mind our modifications as we go, okay? And our progressions as well. So we go to the other side, and just remember, one side might be totally different from the other, so we want to accommodate that side and adapt. So we start off first with just bringing the hips up and coming back down. Okay, if that feels okay and you're ready to move on to the next progression, we're gonna pick the hips up and hold it. Reach the arm out, send the hips forward, and breathe. Inhale through the nose, exhale out the mouth. Two more. Inhale, big belly breath, exhale. All the way out, one more. Inhale. Should feel really good. Exhale. Continuing to grow in the position. Let's come back down and go back to the other side. We're gonna add on a progression. Many of you have done this with me before. You know how to progress it even more. But the very next progression I like to do is picking up the hips and the top leg. If you're not ready for that, go back to what we just did, okay? So we start bringing the hips up, send it forward, lift up the top leg, but only a little bit. I wanna send this leg back and open up through the front of the hips and hold. You're gonna inhale again, 3 deep breaths, exhale out the mouth. Be aware this foot likes to drop, so we wanna make sure you pick that up. Send those hips forward, grow in this position. Breathe and get those ribs to drop so you feel it, okay? Another deep breath in, exhale. Blow the air all the way out. Beautiful job, coming down. Going to the other side again. Placing that elbow down, making sure we're okay. Bending the knees, lifting the hips up. Take the top leg up if you're ready. Send the hips forward, open up the shoulders, and just breathe and hold. You can check your foot, make sure it's in line with the knee. Blow that air all the way out. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Growing, extending through the hips. One more, deep breath in. And exhale. Keep exhaling till you have nothing left. You can feel that there, okay? Coming all the way down. Good. So we'll stop the side plank for now, and then we're gonna go on to another exercise. This is a little bit more advanced, so if you want to watch or attempt it and take breaks, and go ahead and do so. I want you to be challenged, but I don't want you to hurt yourself or push yourself too far where you're gonna feel it too much the next day, okay? So the job is to try to engage as much as we can functionally. Once the movement becomes dysfunctional, that's when we kind of back up and just rest. So the next exercise we're gonna do, we're gonna come up on the toes, and it's a high plank position. Your shoulders are gonna be down and back. Fingers are engaged, chin is down, okay? I want you to dig the toes into the mat and kind of feel that. Inhale and exhale. If you're new to this, you can just put the knees down to rest and exhale to come back up, right? That's your modification, coming down and coming back up. If you are ready for more, you can dig the toes and shift forward and back. Engage in the fingers, keeping those hips high, but not too high, right? And we don't want them too low. We really feel that through the back. And then you can take a deep breath in and rest. Coming back up, if you're ready for more, you can either practice what we just did, or you can come up on those toes, and we're gonna start doing mountain climbers. Now the mountain climbers, as you see me move, I wanna keep my spine nice and stable, okay? I'm not gonna bring my knees in too far, and I'm not gonna pound my legs, okay? I want you to tap in, tap back, tap in, tap back, Tap in, tap back. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. So from here, we'll do 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, feels good. Last one, and come down. You can shake it out. And we're gonna do one more. One more and we're done, I promise. So the next one, again, as we're moving, we are trying to stabilize our spine. So you can do any of what we've done. If you're ready to add on, you're gonna come back up and you're gonna do the same thing, but you're just gonna do a little tap up and out. Up and out. Again, we're not trying to bend through the spine. We're just trying to keep everything nice and stable. 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then you rest. Woo! So we're gonna stop there for today. Before we do that though, I want you to stretch out. So you can just lay back, breathe, reach your arms up overhead. You can lift your shoulders up here and relax. Deep breathing. We did work the glutes a little bit, so if you'd like to get a figure 4 stretch in, bringing that leg through and breathing, slowing down the breath. And then you can switch and do the other side. Bringing that leg in, pressing this knee out, breathe and hold. Feels so good. And one more, and release. And that will be it for today. Thank you so much for working out with me. And feel free to leave comments and let me know how you're doing. Have a great day. God bless.